family, friends of Hahnemühle. We're live here at the Creativeworld Art Fair in Frankfurt. This is happening live, in person, where it's happening, and we're very excited. Since it's not happened for the last 3 years, this is the first time in 3 years that we're back live. I'm here with Rana, the product manager of Hahnemühle. Nice to have you here.
Nice, thank you.
And I'm here with Barbara Knipper, marketing and communication manager of Hahnemühle. Good to have you with us.
Thank you to have me here.
So we're going to be introducing some new products, a line extensions of watercolors, I believe it is. Would you? Well, First of all, I want to know a little bit about what you do, and then we'll get to the product. How about that?
Fine. My name is Rana. I'm the product manager for the traditional artist papers here at Hahnemühle, and it's so nice to be here again at this exhibition after 3 years. And we are really feeling the energy here right now, and it's really fun to present to you today with you, Barbara, and with you, Dany, our new products 2023.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here. My name is Dany Michalski. I might as well say who I am as well. I'll be hosting the introduction of the new products, being watercolor at the moment. Barbara, what do you do exactly at the company?
Okay, my name is Barbara, as Dany already mentioned. I'm responsible for marketing communication, as for example for the artist contacts. So if you're an artist, they contact or have contact with myself.
So we see that there's so many products here. I mean, there's a huge variety, huge ranges, many different types of ranges, but we're going to be concentrating on watercolor, which is one of the main branches of Hahnemühle.
Exactly.
What is the new next hot thing that we're launching today? Tell me, please.
Well, the watercolor books that we have in our range, we launched them approximately 9 or 10 years ago. They're really our super best sellers. We have watercolor books in 100% cotton, but we also have watercolor books with cellulose. And when we launched the watercolor books about, I think it was 10 years ago, they really become a super bestseller. They are really very sought after and very popular. And the watercolor books with cellulose that we had launched back then, we had 5 sizes so far. But today it's the day. We are presenting further sizes to the ones that we had. We used to have and still have a 6 and a 5 in each portrait and landscape size, and also the the A4 in landscape size. But today is the day that we are completing this beautiful range with 3 further very important sizes, which are 2 square sizes in 14 by 14 and 19.5 by 19.5 centimeters, and also the A4 in portrait size. So all in all, we do now have 8 sizes in this range, in this watercolor book range made from cellulose, that you can choose from depending on your taste, depending on your style of painting. So you have 8 sizes, portrait, landscape, square sizes that you can choose from.
And I believe what I'm holding here, and also that format, is it 200 grams?
Right, exactly. The paper.
Look, I'm learning. I'm learning.
Very good. The paper inside these books is a 200 GSM, very strong, robust paper. The surface texture is cold pressed on both sides. It was very important to us that we have identical surface textures on both sides. So exactly when you paint using the whole width of the book, so that the painting does not change. Cold pressed surface texture is a slightly textured paper. It is not too rough, it is not too smooth, it is something in between. It has a slight texture and is suitable for any kind of watercolor technique. Further, these papers are surface sized on both sides. Surface sizing means it is something that you can't see and you can't feel it, but you experience it while you're painting on it, which means you can lift off colors while they are still wet very easily. You can lift off masking tapes, masking fluids very easily. You can erase pencil strokes without any residue, so it's a bit stronger surface.
So hearing what you're saying, it's still, because I've learned the last time, I'm quite proud of my memory. that beginners should use 300 grams, but this is still good for beginners being 200 grams because you can lift up the textures, the colors, or the strokes.
Right.
Okay.
And also 300 GSM in books is a bit tricky because you still want to flip the sides without any problem.
Yeah.
And 200, and this is quite a very strong paper, so it's very suitable for that. But 300 GSM is correct when you're using a pad or a block. Just a sheet of paper. Then for beginners it's better to have a thicker paper because you don't know how to use the water maybe. But for books it's good to have a 200 or 250 GSM paper. So that's really nice for that.
So really this book you would as an artist, because I mean really at the end of the day artistry, there's no limits, you can do really anything, combine any techniques, but this should be used for watercolors only, is that right?
You can use it for watercolor, but it is also suitable for gouache or for acrylic paints. Anything that is water-based is suitable, but still it's a beautiful watercolor paper which is optimized for using watercolor, of course.
So basically, you've gone ahead and answered all my questions. We've talked about. That's great. You're such a pro. I'm amazed. So you could do this on your own. I'm leaving. So we've talked about the different new formats. We've talked about the different textures, the different grams, 200 grams, and also the outside surface. Have we talked about that?
Right. The outside. We use, as watercolor books are mostly used outside by urban sketchers, and we have decided to use a cover material which is water repellent, which means when you're outside and it's raining a bit or it's wet, your book is still protected because it does not absorb the water. Further, every book has a bookmark so that you can find your pages easily. You have that bookmark. And further, every book has 30 sheets, which makes 60 pages for endless creativity. And the color of the paper is off-white. It is not too bright white, it is not too natural white, it is something in between. It is a very nice off-white paper so that the colors also really pop out. And yeah, I think that's most of the things that I've mentioned.
I think nearly everything.
You've gone ahead, talked about the new sizes, the paper, how it's produced, how it reacts, the outside, the inside.
Right.
So amazing, yeah, lovely and very inspiring, I have to say.
Yeah.
So this is part of the extension, but also I see like details on the banderol. There's something new that is also happened, and I know you always like to involve artists to work with Hahnemühle, which I find very clever and very inspiring. So tell me more about that, please.
Yeah, we try to use or work with artists as we have really strong contact with them. We try to talk to them and get their feedback of products. And for this special product, we knew an artist. She is a Spanish artist. She's an urban sketcher, illustrator, and designer. Her name is Alicia Aradilla, and she really loves to use these books. She uses them all of the time. She skipped her job quite a few years ago.
She left her job completely?
As a designer and illustrator, and she started traveling around the globe, and she's capturing her adventures, which she has on her travels, in a sketchbook. So she got very popular and famous on the socials. She has, I think, more than 200,000 followers.
Wow.
And yeah, her painting, her artwork is very unique. So when we were thinking of who could create the new design of the banderol, Alicia immediately popped up into her mind. So we contacted her, and she happily said yes.
So that's a new collaboration that you've started.
We had collaborations already with her. She had one of the editions of the postcards, watercolor postcards, she created 2 years ago, and as it's very successful for both sides, and she's a very smart artist, and we like to work together very close with her. We asked her again, and as she really is a watercolor book lover.
And she's super talented.
Yeah, amazing.
Really,
so
this is a sketch from Madrid.
Right. Yes.
She gave to us. Yeah.
I don't know which building it is. I'm not so familiar with the buildings in Madrid, but it looks amazing. The detail work is amazing. It looks pretty good to me. Yeah, absolutely.
I need to ask her. Yeah.
So I think we've pretty much covered all the content about the new line extension of watercolor books, being 200 grams. I'm impressed with the content, the new formats, the feel, the touch, how it reacts, and yeah, I'm looking forward also because you do have artists here that we're going to see working on the paper.
Right.
I know you're an amazing artist as well.
Thank you.
I would like to see more of your artwork, to be
Okay,
honest.
fine. You should start painting as well.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said last year, right?
I remember that. That's why I'm saying that.
At least I started writing more with my Hahnemühle pen, so that's also
That's
good,
good.
because we're all digital and we're just writing and with,
That's right.
tapping.
It slows down again. And
That's
Very
but I
good.
just want to add something.
Yes, please.
As we launched last year, the watercolor books made from 100% cotton, which are these. We have 8 formats in the cotton range of the watercolor books, and now, due to the addition of these watercolor books, 200 GSM, we also have 8 formats. So artists, urban sketchers, have a wide variety of formats where they can choose their perfect product.
Exactly.
And and what's also very important, because we get this question very often, all of our papers are vegan. So yes, every paper we have in our range is vegan since 1965.
Wow.
We don't use any animal sources anymore.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Very
Because it's
important
getting more
addition.
and more important as well.
Yeah. Also in the sense of sustainability, I
Right.
know Hahnemühle is very forward-thinking. As I just found out also at the round table, that you don't actually use the trees, you use the side products of trees, which makes it also more environmentally friendly and sustainable in that sense.
Right.
So
Yeah.
well done. Thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
that was the introduction to the extension of the watercolor books in 200 grams. I've learned a lot. And stay tuned, there's more coming.